Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. Today I'm going to start a new series. I'm going to call it Copy That because I'm going to copy recipes. I'm sent a lot of videos and from social media on anything from sweet and savory to anything. And some of them, it's like, oh, you should try this. This looks really good. Or, oh, here, check this out. So I do. I look at it and say, okay. Some of them I'm thinking, ooh, I think I want to try it just because it doesn't sound right. Not faulting anybody, I'm just saying in my opinion. And that's all, anything on my channel is just my opinion. I found this, and you're going to get it backwards because the way this phone work things. Here, this is what So I get this in the mail, Costco. Who doesn't like and love Costco and use it? Well, they send these magazines. What do I know? And I'm just looking through them because they're going to try to get me to buy stuff. And I see these biscuit bonanza. And they're called Big Bottom Biscuits. And you think I'm not going to try those? So let me show you the picture. Let me see if I can show this right to you. Got a lot of glare. Sorry about that. So I'm looking at it. It looks a little dry, but I'm sure it's probably just bad. Well, I won't say bad. It's probably the food picture. Let me tell you what. Food photography is an art I don't have. I do what I can, but yeah, sometimes it's just a fail. And so maybe that's all that is. But I'm going to try this Big Bottom Biscuit. Using his recipe, using his directions, and following everything to the T. And this is from Michael Volpatt, who I guess is the author and creator of these biscuits. So who doesn't love biscuits? And then he has honey butter, which, hello, I can just, slather in that and be happy. So here are the ingredients. Now, I just did a video on self-rising flour. You can check that out below. I need self-rising flour. The process of this video, of this recipe, is really interesting. And that's probably what made me say, okay, you got to try it. It's just weird. You take these ingredients, you spray, you put the oven to 400 degrees and spray an 8-inch pan. Done and done. And then I have my mise en place, got everything together, and I'm going to read to you as I'm doing what he said to do. Really weird. It's probably one of those recipes that's so weird, it's gold. Okay, I'm in. All right, let's go play. Okay, so the first thing he says to do is combine the self-rising flour the sugar, the salt, and the shortening. He's killing me because he says to mix it with your hands. Michael, come on. All right, I said I would. And then he says you may want to use plastic gloves. Like, yeah, well, in a restaurant, I certainly would. Actually, no, in a restaurant, I would just use a pastry cutter because it's just so much easier. So you keep doing this until you get little pea-size pieces of the goop. It does take a minute, I'm not going to lie. All right, now the part that I find interesting is that he's got buttermilk and cream, heavy cream. And that's a lot. That's a lot for this little bit of flour. And I'm thinking that's going to be awfully wet. So of course I continue reading. And he says something like, the batter will be wet. It's like, oh, okay. Well, then I'm happy. All right, I'm done with this. That's pretty good. Yeah, I gotta go wash my hands. I don't do this part really well. Okay, so now he says to combine the creams and the honey. And I misplaced my little spatula. I'm actually gonna combine them together first. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is just because I want to kind of get them married well, just so that they'll combine better. So you add your cream and your buttermilk. That is so much. And your honey. So I've got 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm actually going to eyeball this because I know all right. Now, like a ding dong, I really do know what I'm doing. Whatever, Maria. All right, so this gets combined. That honey makes it very interesting with the butter. I mean, with the sugar. And then honey butter. I think this just might be my hero. All right, so combine them until they're well incorporated. So get this. So then there's 2 cups of all-purpose flour sitting off to the side waiting to be used. And you think, well, this is where you're going to put it, right? No. We're going to get an ice cream scoop. A regular one, not like a cookie one, because these are supposed to be pretty big, I guess. His 8x8 pan made 9 biscuits. So I'm guessing we're going big. All right, this piece here of honey, I'm gonna take out. I don't know why it crystallized. All right. So with my prepared pan, I'm gonna use my ice cream scooper and plop it in. Into the flour. Is that weird or what? I'm sorry, that's just so weird. I had to try this. All right, so scoop it in and then roll it around. Crazy, right? And he says to put them right next to each other, but I can fit more than 3. I think I'm just trying to understand why he only got 9. Maybe if I just sit and wait, I'll find out. How's that? Impatience, impatience, I tell you. Have you guys ever made these or heard of these? Big Bottom. Seriously, like I was not going to be making these things. Big Bottom Biscuits. And I'm thinking it's going to be a whole lot more than 9 in here. Let me make them a little bit more generous. I kind of want to shake off the extra because I don't want them to get dry. And these don't use any rising element, yeast or anything like that. So aside from the baking powder, alrighty. Maybe he makes 2 pans. Maybe I should have used a bigger dish. I'm following his directions, so I'll be a good girl. Yeah, I definitely have more than 9. That's all right. I'll make another pan. All right, so the oven is at 400 and preheated. These are ready to go in. I'm going to finish these up. I think I got at least 3 more. Do I dare stick them together? No, I'll be a good girl. All right. All right, so they go in the oven, 400 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna I'm gonna look at 10 because I think these are smaller than his ice cream scooper was. In the meantime, I'm gonna make some honey butter, which is 2 sticks, 1 cup of soft butter. This is really soft. Room temperature in Arizona is definitely softer than room temperature in California. That's a lot. This is a lot of butter. I really could have just done 1. But a sentence you don't often hear me say is, I'll be a good girl. But this is going to be really easy because it's so soft. Let's see. Salt. I'm just going to give a pinch of salt. And honey. So it's a cup of butter, a pinch of salt, and a 1/4 cup of honey. And I don't think that was quite a 1/4. This is why you do mise en place, to keep this stuff from taking so long. Again, one of the easiest things in the world to do is flavored butter. I'll have to do a video of all sorts of just flavored butters. Compound butters is what they call them. That smells good. All right, so while the biscuits are baking, I'm going to set this aside and clean up a bit. Okay, so correction on the baking time. I was looking at that, so you let them cool for 10 to 15 minutes. That's not going to happen. When they're out of the oven, I'm ready. I'm ready to dive in, especially with honey butter. Come on. Baking time is 20 minutes on the top rack. And then turn it 180 degrees and then bake it for another 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just say 25 minutes in the center rack. I'm good with that. It'll work or it won't. Yeah, that's the best I can do as far as being a good girl, because I mean, you get 3 shots and that's it. After that, I'm on my own. So, and that's just never good idea. All right, so do me a favor while they're baking, while I have just a minute. Write me a note and tell me if you think that this copy that idea is pretty good, or is it cheesy? Because I don't want to be cheesy. Some of the recipes out there are really neat. Some of them make me scratch my head, and I kind of want to try them both. So let me know if you enjoyed this. If you don't, I won't do any more. I probably will. I'm just saying. All right, so let me go sit and wait and wait and wait for those biscuits to bake. The waiting is the hardest part. I'm telling you, especially when you smell something baking in the oven. These are, I could have made them bigger. That's all right. You don't know, it's the first time. So let me show you what I got. Okay, so these are the biscuits. They smell really good. They have a nice little crust on the outside, but not too much of a crust. He said to let it sit for 10 minutes. It's killing me, but I will do that. I'll wait. All right, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going 9. 9 minutes, that's a good wait. They certainly lift out very easily, which is a bonus, really. I mean, because the last thing you want is for it to be stuck on the bottom. So the color is good. They seem nice and light and fluffy. Well, let's just check it out. Okay. It's really an easy cut. I'm liking this. That's nice and fluffy with the honey butter. I gotta say, so far I'm impressed. It's really light, which is what you want in any biscuit. So let's see how it tastes. Michael, you done good. This is really good. There's enough sweetness even without the honey butter. But it's not a sweet biscuit. It's not. This is definitely something you could put on your Thanksgiving table. Super easy. What I would do different. Bigger scoops, use all of it, even if you have to kind of like divide it. Big scoops, shake it really well, and then put it, big scoops into the flour. Shake that ball really well, and then put it into the prepared pan. That way you're going to get all the biscuit. It's going to be bigger. I would, and it looks like he did, but mine didn't turn out that way. I would kind of just gently pat them on top just before you pop them in the oven. His looked nice and square, partially because they were so packed together, which is, any biscuit will do that. Pat them on top, you're going to get a nice flat, I don't know how, mine had a little bit of a dome, but it's not going to stop me from eating them. So, and then I got these peach preserves that I made. I think I'm pretty doggone set. This was a hit. I would do this and I would recommend this recipe. So, Biscuit Bonanza, big Bottom Biscuits. Good job. All right, my friends, until next time, happy baking.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, that's a really good biscuit. I probably should be embarrassed that I finished half of it in 3 bites, but I'm not. It is really good. I'm keeping it. I'm tucking this in my special little compartment of recipes, and it's not mine. It's not my original, but it's mine now. I'll use this one a lot. All right, I'm only gonna leave so I can go have more. Not true.